morning. Can everybody hear me all right? I have an issue with sometimes a very quiet voice. So I just want to tell you how thrilled I am to be here. My name is Tricia Little from SSUC Saskatoon, and I'm thrilled to be with my Edmonton family. I warmly welcome those who gather here in this space and those online with whom I am usually a part of every Sunday. Welcome to people of all colors, genders, sexual identities, ages, abilities, statuses, religions, and none. I love it when Chris says that. It's so perfect. Welcome to each and every one of you. We gather in this place near the banks of a long river flowing beneath the prairie sky on a planet circled by a warmly glowing moon, both of which are afloat and amid countless stars in this immense galaxy. Let us come together to reflect on and celebrate our presence in this truly awe-filled universe we call home and experience wonder.
I'm Mary McFarland, and I'm really pleased to be a gathering companion today, first time for doing that, along with Sherry Ann. And I'm also really pleased to be doing this, taking part, because Tricia's leading today. And Tricia and I go back to being part of the Saskatoon community together. I've met some of you this past 8 or 10 months, I think it is, since I've moved to Edmonton and began attending here. And I come here via SSUC Saskatoon. I was a part of the community there for a number of years and was so appreciative of being a part of the expanse of Christian expression that we share. It's not? Oh, closer. Oh my God. Sorry, do you want me to say that again? No, okay. So I was pleased to be a part of the Saskatoon community and now very pleased to be a part of this community since I moved to Edmonton. One of the many reasons that I chose to move to Edmonton, there are lots of good reasons, but this is a really important one in my life.
Good morning. Thank you, Mary. My name is Sherry Ann Chapman, and I'm a co-companion today. We'd like to light our community candle along with Saskatoon's tiered value candles in front of us on the central table. We do this mindfully, mindful of the uniqueness of our separate yet united communities, Edmonton and Saskatoon, and the wonders of our beautiful planet. For the justice that is as eternal as the ground on which we take a stand, for the respect that is as natural as the breath that fills our lungs, for the passion racing as fast as our hearts when we dash the last steps, for the balance that stills us to marvel at stones stoically standing amidst tide and flowing river, for the courage embodied by the first buds of spring and the last leaves of fall, for the creativity that painted the colors of sunsets in winter, flowers in spring, fields in summer, and forests in fall, for the integrity of the water that flows from cloud, deep down to land, to sea, to cloud again, for millennia, for the gratitude of the birds in flight, the animals in feast, and the seeds in fertile ground, for the inclusivity of riparian zones that bridge between ecosystems, home for an immense diversity of life, for the spirituality of the flame that calls us to still, listen, watch. For the compassion of the sun that returns each year to warm us. For the responsibility of the long-lived trees as a home, playmate, shade provider, seed planter, building block, and finally, walking path. For the open-mindedness of the river who welcomes each drop from the land and rushes to greet the sea. For the continuous learning that pulls us, nudges us, and whispers to us on the breath of the wind. For the joy, the wildly shouted or quietly hugged joy that greets us in the sunrise each morning, including this morning. We not only find joy in a sunrise, but also in human voices, singing in perfect harmony. Let's immerse ourselves now in the wondrous harmony shared by SSUC Saskatoon's Nefesh Spirit as they sing Morning Light in this previously recorded video.
Rising from the night, we reach for morning rays. We bathe ourselves in shining light and clothe ourselves with day. Morning light, help us find peace of mind this day. Morning light, help us find peace of mind this day. Holding cradled hands, we lift our empty bowls. The light of dawn fills to the brim our hungry, weary souls. Morning light, help us find peace of mind this day. Morning light, help us find peace of mind this day. Morning light, help us find peace of mind this day. Morning light, help us find peace of mind this day.
We as spiritual seekers united in community gather here in Edmonton and in Saskatoon beside the North and South Saskatchewan River respectively on Treaty 6 territory and the ancestral lands of the Métis. From wherever you join us across this nation or continent, may we all be truly humbled in the awe of the respectful, wise, resourceful, and creative manner that the Indigenous people have cared for Mother Earth and honored Father Sky. The stories shared through multiple generations, despite interrupted years of ignorant cruelty through the residential institutional system, speak of the beauty, the strength, and the interconnectedness of all creation. May we today and always appreciate the richness of these traditions and speak out ways that we may learn a better way to live within creation, earth, sky, and beyond. Let us sing together our next song, called by Earth and Sky.
Called by earth and sky, promise of hope held high. This is our sacred living trust, treasure of life sanctified. Called by earth and sky, precious these waters, endless seas, deep ocean stream, waters of healing, rivers of rain, the wash of love again. Precious this sky, held high. This is our sacred living trust, treasure of life sanctified, called by earth and sky. Precious this gift, the air we breathe, wind born and free, breath of the Spirit blow through this place, our gathering and our grace. Called by earth and sky, promise of hope held high. This is our sacred living trust, treasure of life sanctified, called by earth and sky. Precious these mountains, ancient sands, vast fragile land, seeds of awakening, rooted and strong, creation's faithful song. Called by earth and sky, promise of hope held high. This is our sacred living trust, treasure of life sanctified, called by earth and sky. Precious the fire that lights our way, bright dawning day, fire of passion, sorrows undone, our faith and justice won. Called by earth and sky, promise of hope held high. This is our sacred living trust, treasure of life sanctified, called by earth and sky, called by earth and sky.
I invite, if there's any children, are there any children here today? No, I don't see any little ones. I have a book called, I guess they're in the back there. I have a book called I Wonder. And I guess I can sit here. Are you okay if I sit or should I stand? Maybe that's easier if I stand. But I wondered, it's about a mother and a daughter that are looking up at the moon, and I don't know about you, but I am a moon person. And so my eyes, as soon as I walk outside, are up, looking moon, stars, sun, clouds, whatever it is. And I do have a real sense of wonder every time I do it. So you too, Kim? Yes. So I would share with you this, I guess I could, you'll see the pictures there, and I'll just read it from here. I am going to sit. I Wonder by Annika Harris, illustrated by John Rowe. Eva loves to look for the moon. It follows her from place to place, disappearing behind trees and mountains, and then appearing again someplace new. Look, Mama, there it is. The moon looks so beautiful in the sky. How do you think it follows us, Eva? Eva thinks about it, but she just can't figure it out. It's okay to say, I don't know, says her mother. When we don't know something, we get to wonder about it. I wonder if the moon and the earth are friends, says Eva. Her mother smiles. I like that idea. But Mama, how does the moon really stay close to us? There is an invisible force called gravity that pulls all things in the universe together. Eva's mother explains. Gravity keeps the moon close to the earth, and it keeps the planets close to the sun, too. They circle around like this. Eva understands a little better, but then she starts to wonder, Mama, where does gravity come from? Have you ever gotten questions like that? Yes. I don't know, Eva. Nobody really knows for sure, and when no one knows the answer to something, it's called a mystery. A mystery is something for everyone to wonder about together. Sure, you can't hear me very well, Gil? Is that slower? Go slower and louder? Okay, all right, I'll try. Eva watches the moon disappear behind the clouds. As she walks, excited to see where it will next appear. How many grains of sand are in the whole world, Mama? I wonder about that too. There are trillions and trillions of grains of sand, but nobody knows exactly how many. Eva tries to think about all the sand in the whole world. It feels so big that I can't fit it all in my imagination. It makes me feel dizzy, like I'm falling. I know what you mean, her mother agrees, and I'm sure other people feel that way too. Eva walks down another path, looking for the moon, and a little orange butterfly appears. Check this out. Wouldn't this be wonderful? The next slide. Oh, I'd be in seventh heaven. Then she notices there are butterflies everywhere. Mama, where did all these butterflies come from? These butterflies had been flying around for a few days, but they started out as little caterpillars, and those caterpillars came from eggs, and those eggs came from other butterflies. There are cycles all around us, with one thing ending and another beginning. Things are always changing. Can you think of other things that change? Says Eva. Clouds, frogs, and me. So true. And then there's this lovely picture of the mom and of Eva and her mom dancing in the woods. Later, Eva wonders, Mama, what was here before all the butterflies and frogs and clouds, before everything? I don't know, answers her mother. It's another mystery. I like trying to imagine what was here before the beginning of everything. What do you think was here? And Eva says, smiling, I don't know. She thinks about it for a long time, and then she has an idea. I wonder if there were feelings. As she walks home, Eva sees the moon again, glowing brightly above the roof of her house. Let's go inside and look for the moon through the window. I am wondering, as far as how many of you have, here I'll stand up again, because I don't have to hold the book. As far as, have any of you laid on the grass and looked up at those clouds or anywhere and just seen the changes, particularly in our prairie skies? What else have you noticed changes about within our, when you're out in nature and anywhere else? The moon itself changes phases, right? And, pardon me? The clouds, yes. Cumulus and the other ones, other types. I don't know all the names. The light of day, yes. The length of day, truly, yes. We've just experienced a big change, haven't we?
Seasonal changes in the landscape.
Yes, that's right, seasonal changes. And some of this is a mystery, like it's certainly a mystery when we were children. Some of it is still a mystery to me. But I'm thinking that that is part of the joy of life. And even those that, when there is a mystery, there are people who are smarter than me that try to figure out that mystery. And it's still, even if you know why the clouds are the shape they are, why the moon changes its phases, to me there is still something awesome about it, something magical and mysterious, because it just brings that sense of something beyond us. And so I would, we live with some big mysteries. This is one thing that's at the end of this book. And it says, when we come upon one, we're given a little gift. Each of these things is a gift. Every mystery is something for all of us to wonder about together. So I think we move on to from here. There's no children. If any of you want to go and go to the activity area, you are welcome to do so. But we'll move on to our reading. Whoops, sorry. We'll move on to our reading. Oh, the song, sorry, The Wonder of Life. Thank you.
When we see the wonder of a sunset, hear sweet music in the air, feel the power in a thunderstorm, sense connection everywhere. It's the wonder of life that we celebrate in awe and gratitude. The miracle of life that amazes us and leaves us humbled and moved. When we see the majesty of mountains, hear the robin's tuneful song, feel the mystery of the universe, sense the way we all belong. It's the wonder of life that we celebrate in awe and gratitude. A miracle of life that amazes us and leaves us humbled and moved. When we see the faces all around us, hear words of comfort and of care, feel feel the gentle touch of sympathy, sense the warmth as it is shared. It's the wonder of life that we celebrate in awe and gratitude. The miracle of life that amazes us and leaves us humbled and moved, as we see with our eyes and hear with our ears, feel in our heart and soul. We realize we're part of the miracle, a part of the wonder of it all.
Here's our wisdom reading by Richard Wagamese, titled Finding Arcturus. Sometimes at night, I'll stand outside our cabin in the mountains and lean my head back to look at the stars. Some nights the sky is so clear that looking upward across the heavens, you could swear that you were suspended on a bed of stars just beyond your fingertips. I've always been a stargazer. I was always entranced by them. In the north, where I spent the early part of my boyhood, the summer skies were clear, and the northern lights often set the horizon ablaze in crackles and snaps of color. It was the sheer size of it that awed me. I hadn't read of light years, or the rate of expansion of the universe, or galactic clouds, or even the Milky Way. Instead, I was transfixed by the magnitude of something that far exceeded the scope of my one small life. Magic existed in the holes between stars. I could feel it. When I moved south after I was adopted at 9, the sky was lessened by the harsh city lights, and the stars seemed further away. It was a curious feeling, being lonely for the sky. There was a field down the street where I lived. It was marked with orange plastic flags on wooden stakes for the development to come. But at night, it was wide and open and perfect for looking at stars. I'd sneak out and stand under that magnificent canopy. And even though the light of them was dim, and there were far fewer than I was used to, the stars eased me some, lightened my burden. It became my favorite place. One night, a man showed me how to find Arcturus. He was a fellow stargazer. He lived down the street from us, and even though we didn't know each other's name, we knew each other from the field. We always just stood silently in that patch of open and looked at the sky. The night he showed me how to find Arcturus, the sky was as clear as I'd seen it there. He stood a few feet away with his face pointed up at the sky and asked me if I'd heard of it. When I said I hadn't, he began to talk. Arcturus is called the Bear Watcher, he said, because it follows the Great Bear constellation around the poles. Arctis is Greek for bear, and it's where the word Arctic comes from. As a star, Arcturus is 37 light years away from us, and the third brightest star in the sky. He told me all that while looking up and away from me, and I felt the awe in his words. He told me to look at the Big Dipper, and when I found the star at the end of the handle, to hold my arm up in front of my face, bend the 3 middle fingers of my hand in, and put my little finger on that star. And then my thumb would be where Arcturus was. When I did that, I smiled. It was the first time the universe became reachable, and the idea that the stars were indeed within reach was implanted in me forever. All through the years of my boyhood, whenever I felt particularly lonely, I would hold out my arm, fold my fingers, find Arcturus, and feel comforted. What that nameless man gave me that night was wonder. There were secrets everywhere, but I could reveal them for myself if I had the desire to search. Soon I was reading everything I could about the universe. I learned about planets and nebulae, quarks and quasars, red giants, blue dwarfs, and black holes. And I learned Einstein's assertion that my sense of God is my sense of wonder at the universe. Years later, when I sat in traditional circles and heard the elders and the storytellers talk about the sky and its wonders, they weren't foreign ideas. Everyone shares that sense of mystery at the heavens. We just frame it in different ways. Magic exists in the holes between stars. We can feel it. We all need someone to offer us wonder. We all need someone to share the great mystery of the universe, to open it up for us and allow us to see into it, even a fraction. Then, when we discover it for ourselves, we need to offer it to others, no matter how simple or seemingly odd it might be. It's how the world opens up for us. It's how we learn to see possibility in a universe of change. Finding Arcturus is a simple thing to do. I still do it at 56. And each and every time it's like that first time. Because, well, how often do you get to say you just discovered a star? This is a story from a contemporary author. May we find wisdom for our living.
Hello. I will try and speak up, Gilda. My husband, Dave, and I spent a month in New Zealand recently, which is really a miniature version of Canada in many ways. The natural wonders of that country offered me many, many moments of awe and wonder. Dave graciously gave me time by myself and shared with me opportunities to be a part of the natural wonders. I needed to sit and walk in the midst of natural and other wonders in New Zealand. As I immersed myself in the roar of the ocean waves, the plant and animal sounds in the forest, the innumerable magnificent waterfalls all across the country, dramatic shooting geysers, the Maori culture, their history and artisan work, the majesty of the mountains, and the kindness of the New Zealand people. And yes, actually being able to walk through Lord of the Rings Hobbiton. There's a Hobbiton there that came up afterwards. It was awesome, you guys. It was so good. My spirit soared unbelievably high. It filled to overflowing with awe, gratitude, and wonder. I oohed and awed with delight all month long, I wish I could immerse you all in that feeling right here and now. But there's a music video done by Peter Mayer called The Play, and it actually gives a sense of the wonder that is out there in our planet and beyond. So I'd like to share that with you right now. The Play by Peter Mayer.
When I go outside at night and look up and the stars are bright, sometimes I lay on the ground and imagine that the sky is down. And if the earth should then let go, I'd fall into the stars below. I'd fall into the stars below. When I see the red sunset in its quiet splendor, I reflect that sun's not going down at all, but the earth is turning somersaults. And through his sunlit seed trails, we are on that great big whale. We're riding on that great big whale. Try to grasp the simple fact of this existence. Think of all the fantasies, fairy tales and wishes. None strike me as more unlikely or magnificent than this is. Seen up close, galaxies through telescopes, crimson hillsides in the fall, and more astounding than them all are pondering minds with eyes that see. These are deep mysteries, deep mysteries. Try to grasp the simple fact of this existence. Think of all the fantasies, fairy tales and wishes. None strike me as more unlikely or magnificent than this is. Like a strange enchanting play of impossible dimensions, the setting and the stage run light years in all directions, and the breathless scenes, the storyline defy comprehension. Think of all the roles in this production. All I know is I'm in the cast, but could it be I'm also in the front row seat to sit in my amazement, gazing to ooh and ah, to sigh and say, my, what a wonderful play. My,
What a wonderful play indeed, yes. For most of the play that is our human history, awe has been placed in a religious context, in that it was an opportunity to bring us closer to the divine, like Paul's conversion on the road to Damascus, being blinded by the light when meeting Jesus. However, through the Age of Enlightenment in the 18th century, and there were, for the first time, references that were non-religious from various philosophers. Subsequently, in the last 3 centuries, both philosophers and scientists have described and studied a more secularized experience of awe, making it accessible for all. There is now a relatively new science of awe that's referred to in a number of books, where researchers are studying the effect it has on us physically, emotionally, and psychologically. In Dacher Keltner's book, Awe, The New Science of Everyday Wonder and How It Can Transform Your Life, he defines awe as the feeling of being in the presence of something vast that transcends your current understanding of the world. Something vast that transcends your current understanding of the world. That vastness could be in nature's beauty, both majestic waterfalls, grand ones like that, or it could be the budding of a tree in spring. Human constructs like the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, or listening to a moving symphony. Moments of life and death like holding a newborn babe, or sitting with a loved one at the end of their life. Listening to an inspired speaker. Standing up for social justice as a collective, or witnessing sincere, random acts of kindness. The exhilaration of an epiphany, a sudden understanding, when we suddenly understand an essential truth about our life and our place in it. Learning something new. As a medical technologist student, many moons ago, I got incredibly excited when in my anatomy and physiology, I learned about the functioning, how the kidneys function. And it just blew me away. So I decided that, as my dad went to the washroom one night, that I should follow him, and through the door, I'm explaining to him how the kidneys filtered all the urine and how it's coming out. He was not very happy with me, but I was thrilled. Our bodies are truly amazing in all the molecular feedback mechanisms, healing capabilities, interdependence and synchronicity of all our body systems. If that isn't awesome, I don't know what is, but I'm a science person. Studies have shown that experiencing that vastness, be it physical, experiential, intellectual, or reflective, creates stronger social connections. Both astronauts and cosmonauts have spoken about how seeing the Earth from space profoundly changed them and altered their life trajectory. Rather than making them feel isolated or separate from the planet below and its inhabitants, the sense of wonder made them more fully aware that though we are small beings in this vast universe and in this world of ours, we are interconnected with one another and all of creation. Our individualistic self or ego seems to take a back seat after we've experienced some sort of awe and brings closer social connections. After his Apollo 14 flight, Edgar Mitchell called it interconnected euphoria. That sounds lovely. In a study, psychologists recruited 50 undergraduate students and asked half of them to view the skeleton of a Tyrannosaurus rex for 1 minute. The other half was asked to look at an empty hallway. All the subjects were asked afterwards a simple question: who am I? Amazingly, the group that were awed, even for that minute, by viewing the T-Rex, were far more likely to describe themselves as being part of a group, part of a social collective. Many other studies have made it evident that even a moment of awe and wonder will affect our sense of self as part of a whole. Imagine if everyone could experience more daily moments of awe. Think how that could change the world. The individualistic movement of recent years may be turned around toward a genuine desire for more meaningful social connections. When we feel more closely connected to others, experiencing awe also increases our generosity and kindness. Whether it is the gift of time, patience, finances, food, or other items is immaterial. We feel connected, and therefore we want to help. In the campus at University of California, Berkeley, there's a beautiful grove of eucalyptus trees, some of which are over 200 feet high. Half of a group of 90 students were asked to spend a minute gazing at these beautiful, majestic trees. Other half of 90 students was asked to spend 1 minute looking at the science building. While they were staring, a prearranged incident occurred where there was an actor and he dropped pens in front of the participants. And it was very interesting that those who were enraptured by the trees, the eucalyptus trees, they way more than the others would assist the actor in picking up the pens. Awe's ability to increase the compassion and altruism, give it a prominent place in our emotional repertoire. This is even true of negative experiences of awe, like natural disasters, tornadoes, forest fires, and the like. Human-made disasters like 9/11 or mass shootings, the plight of refugees, all of which bring feelings of horror, dread, fear within us. However, it seems that people reach out in these horrific times to help in whatever way they can, whether it's, again, financial, serving food, donating furniture or clothing, and much more. How can I help? Seems to be our human response. When we are awestruck, we tend to think it causes us to lose our reasoning abilities as we enter a state of wonder. However, Craig Anderson, he's a psychologist and an awe researcher, says awe promotes curiosity. When we are faced with things that blow our minds, things we don't fully understand, we want to learn more. We humans tend to have a strong desire to explore, seek out new knowledge, and discover that which is beyond the horizon. When we are awed by the vastness of something, we feel the need to understand it, which spurs us to seek out answers and to help make sense of the world around us. Just like when Eva and her mother were looking up at the moon and wondering about it in our story, Isaac Newton's ability to wonder and to say, "I don't know," over the mystery of rainbows led him to ask questions and complete some of his best works on mathematics, the physics of light, color theory, and perception. When I first learned how our kidneys function, I was blown away and wanted to know every facet of the process. much to my father's chagrin when all he wanted was privacy. Although experiencing awe has the broader repercussions of creating social connections, inspiring generosity, and sparking curiosity, it also strongly affects us as individuals. There are actually physical responses in our bodies while or after we've experiencing being awestruck. Such as decreased inflammatory responses, increased immunity, increased and decreased activity of different parts of our brain. Again, I'm getting into the science. It changes our nervous system and the inhibition and some increase of certain hormones. All of this affects how we're responding to that particular experience and then translates into this social connection and generosity and curiosity. Although experiencing, I'm sorry, I've lost my spot. It can change how we feel, following an epiphany of some kind. Most of us experience some form of awe, about 2 or 3 times a week, apparently. We can't view the Sistine Chapel, the Rocky Mountains, or a pod of whales on a daily basis, but we can become more awestruck through our own actions, habits, choices in the course of a day. Here are a few ways. There's awe in nature. It's pretty universal. Take an awe walk and really look around you. Really look around you. Touch, smell, listen, taste, if you know a safe berry to eat. Marcel Proust once said, "The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes." Venture down the scenic route by taking a different way home, a new part of the city, a different part of the countryside. Relive memories of awe. Scientists have shown that recalling moments of awe seems to give the same triggers in our bodies, same part of in our brains and within our bodies, that it is the actual original experience of awe. It gives us those physical benefits again. Discover stories about courageous leaders, inspirational leaders. Read about them. Be awed by them. Bring awe to work through desktop images, people and places in your life, photos, trinkets of travels that you've made over the time that bring back those memories for you. Immerse yourself for a time in music, in art, either your own art expressions or others. Museums, visit museums, see wonderful architecture. Awe from gratitude. If we take a thoughtful look at our lives, we realize that whatever has happened, good fortune in our lives we might have had, rests upon the kindness and hard work of countless people. From those who cared for us as children, to the water that comes out of our taps, to electricity that lights our homes, to those who teach us at various stages of our lives, to our ancestors who immigrated to Canada to start anew, to construction workers, to innumerable people, whatever mundane or immense parts of our lives that they contribute to, they are there, and we need to feel grateful for the gifts they have given us and pledge to pay it forward at every opportunity. Discover the world once again through the eyes of a child. For children, the whole world is vast, incredible. Every new sight, smell, taste, sound, texture are sources of amazement. Pablo Picasso wrote and said, "Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist as they grow up." In Finding Arcturus, Richard Wagamese said, "We all need someone to offer us wonder. We all need someone to share the great mystery of the universe, to open it up for us and allow us to see into it, even a fraction." It's how we learn to see possibility in a universe of change. Witnessing awe in others and through others, both young and old, fills our cup of wonder. Finally, mindfulness, being fully present in the moment. The average person's mind wanders over half of our waking lives. Going over or making our to-do lists, that's me. Checking our phones, rushing and looking over emails, rushing through meals without really even tasting the food, walking or driving to a destination while focusing on something else, and all of a sudden you're there. A wandering mind is incapable of experiencing one of life's most crucial gifts, moments of awe. There are a few ways to practice being in the moment. Linger for an extra minute when witnessing something beautiful. Slow down in general. Breathe intentionally. Unplug from our devices. I would like to lead you in a practice that we've done in the Nefesh canoe trips over the years, and it's always moved me. And there's going to be 4 movements that I will do, that all of us will do if you wish to take part. If you put the 4 movements, I will show them to you, and if you could do them with me. You put your hands on your laps, so then that's kind of a grounding for us. Hand on your lap. The second movement is a circle around your heart. The third movement is your arms up like this. So your hands are up and look up like you're looking at that moon. The fourth movement is crossing your arms this way and look down. So when we do these 4 movements, I'm going to say 3 words. So the 3 words are I am here, but they won't land on the same gesture. And it's quite powerful. At least I found it powerful whenever we've done it before. So we'll maybe do it twice through, and for you to experience it. It makes us feel if we're more awake and present, because we're concentrating on these movements. And you're welcome to say the words with me if you want, or just let me say them. So we'll try this. We'll start with I am here. I am here. I am here. I am here. Then we're back to the start. We'll go one more time. I am here. I am here. I am here. I am here. Experiencing awe can't solve the world's problems. We are here, though, in this moment, experiencing a moment of awe and presence, and at any point in our lives, we can linger, we can take that time. We can't solve the materialism that's in our world, individualism, war, poverty, loneliness, high levels of stress and anxiety. But the benefits of experiencing this powerful emotion may offer a meaningful balm in our personal lives, in our connections with others, and for the planet. May each of you experience the vastness of everyday awe. Be open to the deep mysteries. Feel the wonder and share it with others. Take your right hand. I offer you to take your right hand, and we are going to find Arcturus. There's the end of the Big Dipper. Put your baby finger on that, and then your thumb touches Arcturus. Be an instrument of change, my friends, in your community. I invite you now to ooh and ah during the music for reflection, and just get another video, but it's the Northern Lights. It's a beautiful rendition of the Northern Lights in their natural time with some lovely music. So here is your time for another moment of awe, the Aurora Borealis. We have a number of invitations I'm not sure what order where they come in on the slideshow. I know the intergenerational camping trip is farther down on the slideshow. Oh, okay, thank you. So I would invite you, if anybody is interested in doing some camping, or this is on September 8th to the 10th. Amber Wood and myself, we've been planning this for a little bit. And there is opportunity for bed and breakfast nearby or a hotel, and the cost, I believe, is $195 if we book before August 1st, and then $200 and something beyond that time. But anyway, it's a beautiful spot, Bright Sand Regional Park. My husband and I have been there a number of times, and it's a beautiful lake, clear waters, and if friends, I'm going to bring my canoe, and if my other Nefesh canoe group can come, they will bring a bunch of canoes and kayaks that people could use too. So I invite you to come to that. Then I also invite Joyce to come up in regards to a special congregational. Is Joyce here? Yeah. That's what, sorry, that's what I was told, Joyce. Are you doing it? No, you can do it. Okay. Whether that's on or not. Yes.
All right. Well, as you know, we have spent some time over the last few months exploring who we are and what we want for our future.
Joyce, just tilt it, Yeah.
It's never been a problem in the past, I just have to say. I can actually do it without. Anyway, so the transition team, which I was the chairperson of, has presented the report to the board, and the board is calling a special general meeting of the congregation on August the 8th, 6th. Okay, see? Thank you, Kim. To have you have an opportunity to see what kind of recommendations are being made and have some discussion and voting on where we go forward with the whole project. The report is on the website, so if you want to read the 5 pages of information, please do so, and we look forward to having you come and participate. If you have very specific questions that you would like to see us respond to, please get them in, I would suggest into the office, so that everybody that's got responsibility has an opportunity to respond to those. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Joyce, and thanks to the team. May I have a small drum roll, please? That was great. On July 3rd, 2023, Shelley and Ben and big sister Liliana welcomed Madeline Marie to their family and to SSUC. Yay!
Is there any other invitations? I know there was a slide there on Camp Dragonfly. I don't know a lot of, but other than, are there any other invitations that people have? Okay. Oh, yes, okay, thank you very much. So Camp Dragonfly is happening July 31st to August 4th. Oh, that's the Camp Explore. I apologize. I can't read it very well. I'm excited, yes. So that's 6 to 12 is for the Camp Explore, and then the dates for Camp Dragonfly, August 25th to 27th. This will be great. I'm really pleased. This is something that was on a hold for a while, I think, and then. So this is wonderful that this opportunity is here for our children. And is there anything else? No? Okay, then I invite, yes.
I was going to speak up when you were doing the Indigenous honoring.
That's okay, just so that everybody can hear.
And while that was happening, I just wanted to say thank you, Elsie Paul. I noticed there's a notice on the desk in the foyer that she passed away this week. And I'm... No? Sorry.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry. Yeah, a couple of people just mentioned it this morning. No, we can celebrate that Elsie is still very much with us. Ruth Stevenson said last week that Elsie has been in hospital for a number of weeks, but is hoping to be out of hospital fairly soon. I think her health is fragile, though, Janelle. Yes, and it just uses the word in memory, and that there's a greeting asked for from all of us, just to good wishes, and in memory of so much we've celebrated over the years with Elsie. But she's still very much one of our spirit leaders. But thank you and there's still a place there to sign up, and good wishes. Yeah, thanks for clarifying that, Janelle.
Thank you. I invite Mary up now, and if you could follow together, we can strengthen our intentions.
So please join with me in strengthening our intentions. We are held by an awesome beauty above, below, surrounding us in the constant presence of life. It calls to us, urges us beyond our own understandings of selves, places before us images of its own limitlessness, so that we may see in its reflection our own. As we leave this gathering place, may we sense the life we bring to the world around us, honor and delight in it, and know it as that within which we find our meaning. May it be so. And please join in our closing song together, I Sing to You.
I sing a song to the mountains, I sing a song to the sea, valley and stream, flower and tree, I sing to you. I sing a song to the lion, I sing a song to the deer, birds of the air, life in the sea, I sing to you. Oh, what a wonder, oh, what a marvel, oh, how awesome you are. Oh, what a wonder, oh, what a marvel, oh, how awesome you are. I sing a song to community, I sing to millions who care, working for good, willing to share, I sing to you. Oh, what a wonder, oh, what a marvel, oh, how awesome you are. Oh, what a wonder, oh, what a marvel, oh, how awesome you are. sing to kindness and peace, justice and truth, courage and grace. I sing to you. Oh, what a wonder. Oh, what a marvel. Oh, how awesome you are. Oh, what a wonder. Oh, what a marvel. Oh, how awesome you are. Oh, how awesome you are.
Light changes from a flame to tendrils of smoke, from electrically charged particles originating from solar stars, to breathtaking aurora borealis, from white sunlight being split as through a prism in the moist air after a rainstorm, to the grand arch of a rainbow, from a decaying tree in the forest to nurturing moss, seedling trees, from a fetus developing and hidden within the womb of its mother to being born and held for the first time, from feeling the sting of oppression to finding a charismatic, courageous leader with the support of allies, and then seeing laws changed or created to protect everyone in society. May we be changed as we both come upon and seek out awe-inspiring experiences that fill us with wonder. I will send you on your way as you leave this loving gathering space with some beautiful images in our color-filled world. Have an awesome, awesome day and fill your cup with wonder.